Welcome, everyone, to today's show. A boomer and a Gen Xer walk into a bar, coming to you from the Rabbit Hole Studio, where you, as our listeners, will experience some wit and wisdom, some smartassery, and a mother and daughter questioning, are we even related? My name is Bobby Joy, and my co-host is my mom, Jane, and for the next little while, we are here to entertain you. Hello, Mom.
Hello, Bobby.
So just before the show, someone was getting chewed out over watch envy. So that was interesting.
Well, not chewed out, I wouldn't say, but it's just interesting that my daughters work multiple jobs or something, or multiple shifts, because they don't have a pot to piss in because they have no money. And yet they have these expensive, what do we call those? Exercise watches, or what are they?
Well, mine's an Apple Watch, so it's Apple product.
Catch-all might be a smartwatch, maybe.
Yeah, smartwatch. Okay.
Yeah.
So y'all have that, and I just got a new smartwatch only because Dr. Domain, God love him, bought me a new one, and I do love it. Thank you, Dr. Domain. But it's like, how do you kids afford that stuff when you have no money?
I can tell you how I afforded mine. It was
Did
a gift.
you steal it? Oh,
well. It was a gift to me from the 5-finger discount.
Oh, I see.
No, it was a gift.
Oh, that's nice.
It was.
It wasn't for me. I know that much.
No, and it's not like it's the top of the line one. It's literally, I think, the cheapest one. It just has all the bells and whistles.
I see. Well, Dr. Domain has a really nice one. Oh, that I bought for him.
I know, and I can see it from here, and it's almost the size of his head.
I know. It's
crazy.
And it was super expensive, but he goes, this is the one I would like to have if I got one. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you couldn't have picked a different one. So anyway, I got it for him for his birthday.
Don't ask the question if you're not prepared for the answer.
This is true. So
I didn't hesitate. I was like, yeah, this is it right here.
But I bought that for you for your birthday. So there was a reason why he got that. Yeah. Aww. But he bought mine, which is not as expensive. I mean, it's a nice one. Don't get me wrong. But I didn't want a super expensive one because I tend to fall, break, and drown stuff.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
You,
tractors, bikes, motorcycles, all of it. All of it.
I did have a watch. We aren't even on topic yet, but I did have.
But we're leading there.
Yeah. I did have a smartwatch, and I went to the park and I fell in the water.
Of course you did.
I fell in the water and hurt my other arm. I thought I broke my other arm, and drowned my other watch.
Well, why wasn't it waterproof if it was so nice? I bought a
cheaper one. No, this was like a cheaper one. This was like a $39 one.
See, all my stuff has to be waterproof because I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
Like straight up.
Mine needs to be everything proof.
Shock proof, waterproof, airplane proof.
Yeah. Spit proof,
run over proof,
sweat proof, anything proof. Anyway, how you doing today?
I'm good. A little tired.
I see that your arm is wrapped up down there, Bobby. What happened?
I thought we weren't going to get into this.
We are going to get into this because you have an injury.
I do. Yeah. Well, I have a few injuries, but my arm is the worst. Yeah.
So Bobby works in an environment where she works with people who are, what do we say?
Intellectually disabled, but also severely violent, and they are sex offenders.
Yeah. And so she works for the state, and she does help with that, and she unfortunately got attacked, and it is part of the job. It breaks my heart to see you get hurt. And I know had you had your way,
had we been on the streets and I not been clocked in, it would have been a whole nother story. That would have been
a whole other story. But you can't do that in those kind of places.
Got to follow the rules. And I mean, God love them. They try to protect us out there, but there's only so much that we can do. And it is what it is.
And it is just, it's a condition of employment.
You kind of sign up for it when, I mean, you don't really sign up to get your ass kicked every day. But I mean, it can happen. Yeah, it can happen. But I'm good. I mean, nothing's broken, just bruised and swollen and a little painful. But speaking of that, our topic today, we're going to talk about really interesting ways to make money on some unique side hustles.
Yeah, so there are so many unique side hustles out there, and every time I hear of somebody making money off of something, I'm like, "What?
How?
You make? Yeah, how are
paying
you?
for this?
Who's paying for that? You know, one of the most bizarre ones that I think, and people are making literally hundreds of thousands, if not millions, is selling your pictures of your feet.
See, now
I'm not talking about sexual pictures.
no. These
I'm
are just
talking pictures of
like
your
pictures
feet.
in high heels or
Right.
just of your feet.
Right.
You know, maybe a little toenail paint on
Yeah.
it. See, and if my feet are all scarred up from surgeries and stuff, and I'm like, is there an audience for that? Because I could use some extra money. Like I got to get my truck fixed.
Yeah.
You know, things like that.
I've thought about that too, because every time I go in for my pedicure, it's like I've grown talons or something on my feet. And you know they want to go get the belt sander, right? And start
can
on my
catch
feet. It's
dinner on the way home.
Yeah, and God love them. Every time I go in, they go, "What happened?
What happened?
What happened, you?"
Why you like this?
Yeah.
Glory be.
Because they look really bad.
They say, you out catching fish?
And
what are you doing?
Oh, stop. And then, I play pickleball a lot, and at least once a year I lose a big toenail.
Yeah.
And that's disgusting all in itself.
Well, and you had a surgery when I was younger, because I remember you using my skateboard to get around.
I did. That's right.
On your pinky toes.
Yes, I had the bones pulled out and turned around because my toes were laying down.
Yeah. So you got kind of funky feet. I'm sure that there's an audience for that out there
You
that
think
they would
there
want
is?
those pictures.
Would they be called combat feet or something?
They would be
I
called
don't know.
unique hunter's feet or something, things like that.
Gorilla toes.
But if you find a guy, like let's say you're dating a guy and he's got, very nice feet, you could just shave them suckers, put some toenail paint on it, and they would never know. They would never know.
Domain, I'm going to be checking your feet out just a little bit closer next time I see them.
Don't get any ideas.
Oh, you never know.
I'm a light sleeper.
Oh, well, this is true. So today we're going to talk about some unique side hustles, selling your pictures. And we know that sexual, porn sells for sure. And we're not going to talk about porn.
Okay, I don't understand though, because you can get it for free.
I know.
Like, that's so weird to me. It's like you have an entire free industry that you could look up and people are still paying for it. Like, why?
Yeah. Or they what's the one, I'm trying to think here that, like, I was watching some reality show, and they're all on this. And it's like they can be in swimsuits or whatever. They don't even have to be naked. And they're selling these pictures for real money.
Yeah, real good money.
Yeah. And okay.
It's crazy to me.
I don't know. My body's not such that I could could do anything like that.
I don't know, man. I've seen some of the strippers at the Outer Limits. I think that you could give them a run for their money.
Really? Is that on amateur night?
No, actually, that's the professionals. That's what's scary.
That is.
But,
scary.
I mean, there's side hustles that everybody knows, like DoorDash and Instacart.
Yeah.
You've got Lyft and Uber, things like that. I think those are more normal side hustles.
Like dog walking, I think is kind of a normal.
Babysitting.
Yep.
Maybe, if somebody needs driven around for, not chores, but like errands.
Yeah,
and things
even like
that.
the elderly, just picking them up and taking them for their doctor's appointments,
right?
And things
or picking
like
them
that.
up and taking them out for a meal and just conversing with them.
Yeah,
things like that. But there are some pretty weird ones out there.
Can you think of one that's really weird?
Well, yeah, actually, I can.
This ought to be interesting.
So, quite a few years back, there was actually a social media star who was under some fire for the side hustle that she was doing because some people got sick from it. And what she was doing is she was selling jars of her bathwater. The gag that came out of you. Now, here's the funny thing. These guys got sick because they were freaking drinking it. Okay?
Okay.
Like, this is an honest thing. This made news.
Oh my gosh!
who
and
buys
this was like
bathwater?
a celebrity that was.
Well,
doing
it was
this?
an internet celebrity. So, a social media star. And it was just wild to me that people are paying for this. So that was her side hustle. And as far as I know, at that time, she was making a couple $1 million doing this.
People have too much money. I think.
God, I'm telling you.
So I saw a really bizarre one here recently where these people would eat certain foods and then belch into the jar and close the jar up real quick.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
What? You think when you open that jar that it really does smell like that?
Oh, you remember when we were young and, oh, no, that wasn't you. That was my sister. So when we were young, we had those mason jars.
Yeah.
And of course, we still have them now. But, if you fart in a jar and put the lid on real quick and put it in the freezer, and then you hand it to your sibling and say, hey, what's this smell like? It actually does smell.
Really?
Yeah, it keeps its smell.
So I did see that as a side hustle, and people are actually paying to have that delivered to their door.
Yeah.
What a gross society we have.
People are so weird. People are going to people. They've been peopling since the beginning of time.
I guess. I'm not
telling
sure
ya.
I like that people in business because it's pretty sick.
Yeah. And, and some of the ones that I've seen, even around my community, is we have someone who will come and power wash your garbage cans.
That's not a bad idea.
It's not, but it is unique because, who would really think, to offer that service? Or they also not only power wash them, they offer to bring the garbage cans up after the garbage has been picked up for people who can't get there, or they're, because we have a 24-hour window where we have to have our garbage cans off the curb within 24 hours.
That's because you live in the city.
It is. Yeah. It's because I live in the city. Yeah. But, there are people out there that either they work, they're on the road, or they're, disabled or elderly. And, these kids go around, and it's mostly kids because these kids are hustlers.
Yeah.
And they will go around, they'll bring the garbage can up, they'll wash it out, they'll put it where, it's accessible to the person, and they get paid for it.
You could have used that the other day.
I could have used it because my garbage can was horrid. It was terrible.
She's leaving out an important fact.
Oh my gosh. It had, what were those things?
Maggots.
Oh.
Yeah.
And he brings it back up and he sits it outside the garage and he goes, should I leave it out in the sun to let it bake? And I go, yeah, please.
Bake them suckers.
Please do.
Yep.
So, back in my day, and I think even today, there's a lot of kids, or not even just kids, because I know some adults, because I've had to hire them. Their side hustle is mowing still.
Oh, yeah.
Or trimming somebody's yard. You can make pretty good money.
Oh, yeah. We got a kid that actually goes around on a ride-on mower with a trailer on the back of it with his weed eater stuff. He will literally ride around our town and just go up and knock on doors. Hey, can I mow your lawn?
Yeah.
I'll only charge you $20.
Yeah.
I'll only charge you $40.
Or even shoveling snow, right?
Yeah,
Clearing your
absolutely.
sidewalks,
Every
things like that.
season.
Because, again, in the city, you got to have your sidewalk
Raking
cleared.
leaves. Any of that. I mean, that's a common
that's
side
pretty
hustle,
common
though. Yeah.
stuff. So let's get back to some of the unique things that people do as a side hustle. So mine wasn't really unique in a sense, but I had a few over the years. So I went to auction school and I was a
certified auctioneer.
I had a licensed auctioneer.
Yep.
And that was years ago. And I went to school for it and opened up an auction house. Then I went to work for the energy business and tried to do them both at the same time. Realized I was making more money in the energy business. So I kind of gave it up.
Yeah.
And so, I thought, what do I want to be when I grow up? Oh, I want to be an auctioneer. Nah, that didn't work out. And
I think you should try it. Auction off this pen. Let me hear it.
Now, I will say, I do remember that because I used to ride my tricycle around in the auction house while you were...
did. While I was auctioning, while I was
Absolutely.
calling, you would be going up and down the aisls and nobody would be paying any attention
nobody
to what I was
cared.
selling. They were just paying attention to you.
It's because I was cute back then. What happened?
So the second thing that I did, I was trying to think here, is, this was actually the first thing, is I used to do singing telegrams. Me and another gal, this was back in our day when we were pencil thin and young, God love us. And,
and ambitious.
Yeah, and we could actually sing a little bit, but we didn't need to sing a lot because we looked good in what we were showing up in.
They didn't care what you sounded like.
They didn't care. So we would show up, sing happy birthday, sing for he's a jolly good fellow, whatever it was, get the heck out of there, collect our money and get out of there. And so to be honest, it was quite lucrative.
Yeah. And, that's funny because I didn't know that you used to do that. I did that for a little while for the theatrical shop out in Valley Junction.
Yeah.
I did the singing telegrams, but fortunately or unfortunately, apparently I wasn't pretty enough to just do it by myself. So I had actual costumes because it was a costume shop.
Oh, yeah.
So I had actual costumes. I would show up in like a big corn cob or a pink monkey. There was one time that it was a Grim Reaper and he was like 10 feet tall. And I had to like duck under and get into the building and then go sing happy birthday to this person in a Grim Reaper outfit.
I just want to know what kind of event was going on that you had to dress up like a corn cob.
It was literally a singing telegram and it was a happy birthday. It was an Iowa birthday theme. So they had me dress up as a corn cob and go sing happy birthday.
We are the state of corn.
Yeah. So
okay.
I did that too. That's funny that I didn't even know that you had done that. And I did that for a little while.
So then my next one was I went to school in Montana to become a certified equine massage therapist because I had horses my whole life. And really, I wasn't really interested in making money off of it, although I did. I was really interested in learning more about my horses and making sure that I knew, how to take care of them and their musculoskeletal disorders and that sort of thing. So I did go do that. And other than that, I don't know that I did anything else to really make money. Other than work constantly.
See, and I did weird nerdy stuff. Like I would go to shows and find comic books and resell them, or I would do card games like Magic the Gathering, things like that.
Yeah.
I did a lot of that, and I did gambling. I guess would be a side hustle. Blackjack, things like that.
Oh, I guess I did teach a kickboxing exercise class for about 10 years.
Yeah, you did.
So I did do that. That kind of. I tell you what, you want to screw up your flexor muscles.
Do it.
Do it. Yeah. Because, man.
So there's this funny thing now that we're talking about it. So, people, a lot of times, how you can go to like Enterprise and rent a car, things like that. So there's now this thing where private owners can rent their cars. Out to people.
Yeah.
So I was watching where this private owner rented this very nice car. The people paid for it, everything like that. I think it was like 2 days later, he got a word from a friend saying, "Hey, I think I saw your car on YouTube." And he's like, no,
Was it for sale?
No, here's the funny thing. They entered it in a race. They put decals on it and entered it and they raced it.
Oh my God.
But they paid to rent it. They didn't say what they were going to do with it.
Oh my gosh. So did they bring it back damaged? Or
it had a couple $1,000s worth of damage to like the brakes, the tie rods, things like that. But he watched his car in this race that he had no idea about. He thought he was just renting it out to people, to drive around the city, things like that.
Wow, that's funny.
Yeah.
That's funny. Dr. Domain, did you ever have any side hustles to make money?
A side hustle that doesn't exist anymore.
What is it? What was it?
Delivering paper.
Well,
like a newspaper carrier.
Yeah, but that was more of a job. That was more of a job, wasn't it? For you as a kid?
Yeah, it was kind of a no. Actually, it helped me kind of
as an adult
bridge between a couple of different jobs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I did it when I was over 18. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I think that was pretty much it.
Okay.
So I rented stuff out, but that was later on.
So we have a motorhome, and when we bought the motorhome, you had suggested that we rent the motorhome out, and I was poo-poo.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. They'll go and set it up at the campsite for you and let you rent it.
Yeah.
But the way I look at it is, it's like a rented mule. There's a saying out there, you ride them like a rented mule, which means you don't give a crap about that mule. And it's rented.
Well, it's just like renting a car. You go, you rent the car, you pay for the insurance. You could crap your pants in the front seat and ride it into a lake, and that insurance is going to cover it. You don't care. It's not your car.
People don't care about that stuff.
No. It's not yours.
Yeah, it's a big risk.
Yeah, it is a very
Like
big
renting
risk.
out your home.
The upside's there's some potential there too.
Yeah, there is
If you
potential
wanna take
for
that
sure.
risk.
Yeah, and people verbo their homes. They do
Airbnb, things like that. Yeah.
I couldn't do that because I don't want to take all my personal stuff out of my home when I leave. And
there's so many horror stories.
there's
I mean,
a lot.
just absolute horror stories about it.
There's
But,
a lot.
So how about, have you ever heard of people who go around and offer to remove your dog poop out of your yard?
I just saw a sign the other day for that.
Yeah, there's somebody in our town that does it.
Down in
That's
the
a
city.
good idea.
It is. Yeah.
'Cause nobody wants to do that.
So what they do is they charge a fee for the first time because the first time is going to be the worst time.
Right.
And then if you book with them at a steady pace afterwards, it's a discounted rate. And they come and they remove the poop and it's done. You don't have to worry about it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I mean, gross, but yeah, cool.
No, but I mean, it's a service, if you think about it. I mean, my dogs have been trained not to poop up by the house. So they go out in the timber and poop. And
Yeah.
they do it at both houses.
Yeah.
So it's kind of weird. I mean, it's not like I trained them to do that. I just took them out in the timber to poop before, and
Right.
that's what they do.
See, my dog only poops in one spot, so it's just a mess of dog crap. When we
Maybe you
let
should
it go.
call somebody to come clean your
I
poop up.
should, or the
You've got
owner of
3
the
kids.
dog. I was going to say the owner of the dog, who is my child, should pay for it
Come out
herself.
or just go out and clean up the poop.
yeah.
So, any other side hustles that you've had, Dr. Domain?
I used to volunteer for the National Guard. Is that considered a side hustle?
I think a side hustle is
You
where
gotta
you
get
make
paid.
money.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, I
Yeah.
did a lot of volunteer stuff too.
It was part of my dream job.
But no, like,
No, that's not your dream job.
As a water cannon operator.
oh, yeah.
No, I did.
That'd be a
volunteer.
cool job.
Yeah, but I would love to be a water cannon operator.
That would be cool.
That'd be a hoot.
Way cool.
So, have you heard of people who get paid to be a friend?
I didn't hear that, but it's kind of funny that it was kind of a funny joke type thing that at Christmas time and Thanksgiving, I'll rent myself out to be your date.
I'll be your boyfriend.
Yeah.
For this tier, we just started dating. For
Yeah.
this tier,
We've been
we've been
together
dating for
and
a
I'll
while.
hug you and kiss
for
you.
this tier, I'll put a ring on your finger for the
Right,
day, and I'll
right.
help do dishes
Yeah.
and tell you I love you in front of your mom.
Right.
And for this tier, we'll take family photos together.
Yeah.
There's a word for that.
What is it? Pimping yourself up?
Prostitution.
Oh, no. No,
Well,
this
there's no
is just,
sex involved.
No, there's no
but
sex
it's leading
involved.
up to it.
It's more
No, not at
escorting.
all. What it
No.
is it's to keep your family off your back.
Yeah,
because
to
there's
keep
a
up
lot of
appearances.
times. No, seriously,
Yeah.
seriously. There's a lot of times that people, let's say Bobby hasn't been married and she hasn't for a long time, and every
I'll
time
be your friend, Bobby.
Every time, no, not friend.
$20 an hour.
Not
That's all.
friend. No, but let's say that every
Gross.
time she came to dinner to a holiday, I would say, Bobby, when are you
This
going to
is a
find a
joke,
new
right?
boy?
Yeah, you guys
no,
are joking
No,
with me,
this
right?
is an
true.
actual thing. Yeah.
Bobby, when are you going to find a new boyfriend?
When are you getting married?
When are you getting married?
When are
if
we
you
gonna
just
meet
change your
him?
haircut, if you drop
Yeah.
20 pounds, you could find a man. Why don't you get your nails done? If you'd wear this kind of dress,
You
could,
you got Aunt Edith over there going, why haven't you had a boyfriend in
when
10
are you gonna,
years?
or yeah,
So are you suggesting that the customer for this service is primarily a woman?
no.
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 Men or
I
women.
can tell you guys would never do this. Those would be
Well, it
ridiculous.
would be offered to guys.
I'd
Well,
be
and
like,
it could be a beard too. Like if their family doesn't know that they're gay, they could rent a
they
woman
could
and
rent a
say,
woman.
this is
or
my
rent a guy.
girlfriend.
Yeah.
And we've been together for so long, type of thing. I mean,
It's true,
there's
Dr.
endless
Domain. It's-
possibilities
yes,
for this.
There are.
But and that runs into the cuddle buddies that get paid
I've seen that.
to come over and cuddle with you with no sexual
Contact.
nothing
Yeah.
like that.
that'd be $30 an hour, Bobby.
Yeah.
I'd charge more than that. I mean, you got some really weird people out there, but
But you
hey,
gotta wear socks.
yeah, right.
Yeah. So no sex involved, just
None.
cuddling, no kissing, none of that business.
Right.
All you do is come and cuddle with them because
Yeah,
they want to
because
hug.
they want that contact with
I'll
someone.
cuddle with you.
I'll do it with you
God,
for free.
shut up. Can you not flaunt it everywhere in my face every day? This is getting old.
Oh,
Bobby,
my
why
goodness.
haven't you found someone?
I've never said that to you. I've said,
Go run a friend.
yeah,
One day you'll find your soulmate. You'll find
you
your
will.
person.
You will.
I
Right
think
now,
it was a taco.
right now, you still got a chicken.
Well,
So-
I mean, I think it was like a taco or a chicken sandwich, and I already ate it.
Here's
It's
the
over.
problem. I don't even know what that chicken's name is today.
Well, he doesn't have a name today because he wasn't supposed to be on the show.
Triple toed, no name.
Call him Cuddles.
Cuddles. There we go. His name is Cuddles.
Oh my gosh. So, what are some other?
So I have one that goes with where I grew up.
Oh,
So a lot of people don't know. I grew up on a cemetery.
okay. You didn't grow up on a cemetery.
Well, it was the cemetery.
Your
It was
dad
the-
took care of a cemetery,
Right, and the
the
house.
house was right next door.
Well, and the cemetery went around our house too, around our yard, things like that.
Right.
So there's actually people who go and clean and maintain gravestones.
That's true.
Yeah.
That is true. I
and
saw
I think
that.
that's so cool.
I think it's way cool.
Yeah.
Most of it is done for free as a volunteer type thing.
Right.
But somebody will go do that for you. The other thing that would be cool, and maybe they already do it, but you'd have to have permission from the whoever runs the cemetery, is to do some ghost tours.
Oh yeah, they do those like the walkthrough tours. Like here's where so and so is buried, and
At
he
the
was buried
cemetery you
with
live next to, they did ghost
dynamite.
tours?
No, they didn't. But here's what they did do. They did, what do you call them?
College
Treasure
pranks.
hunts.
Yeah,
The treasure hunts, like they would put something in the cemetery and give them directions on where to find it.
yeah, and it was like
Like
pitch black,
geocaching
dead
or
of
something?
night. No, it was like a college, like high school college thing where it was
Yeah.
just for fun.
Oh, gotcha.
And so they'd show up in different cars at different times and go try to find this stuff. And it was like what they used to call them, not treasure hunts, but what'd they call them?
Scavenger hunt?
Scavenger
There
hunt.
you go.
Yeah. And so they'd put those little glow sticks next to it out there because it was super dark.
Yeah, yeah, because we
And-
didn't have any lights in the cemetery.
And so they'd come in. They got our permission to do that, which was kind of cool.
Yeah.
It was kind of cool.
Yeah, because it was usually it was right around Halloween time too, because they wanted it to be spooky type of thing, you know. And I mean, that's what the one day we were popular as kids. The other days we were just the freaks that lived on the cemetery.
That's right.
But how about those people that own like ATMs and vending machines?
Yeah. They make some good money.
Oh
right
man,
there.
yeah.
Right there, that's good money.
'Cause,
And
I mean, you
now
just-
most of them are digital because Dr. Domain, everywhere we go, oh my goodness,
It is
everywhere
such a
we go,
pain.
he has to play the jukebox.
Oh, jukebox. Yeah, that's
That's a money
a
maker.
great thing.
That's
Yeah.
a
Yep.
money maker.
Well, and a lot of times it's even on your phone. You got the touch tunes that you can just have
Yeah.
the app on your phone,
Yep.
and you can play anywhere. Anywhere.
yeah, you don't even have to be there.
No, and the funny thing is, so I was a bartender off and on in the town that I live in, and in one of the bars, I had a friend there who bartended, and on the nights that I was off and he was bartending, I would stack the jukebox with Cher songs because it just absolutely drove him nuts. I'd be at home just paying for Cher song after Cher song, and he'd be calling me, "Stop! I can't do any more Cher. You need to stop. I'm going to turn the jukebox off." And I'm like,
Oh,
"Yeah,
my
okay."
gosh.
But yeah, you can do it from anywhere.
Yeah, that
Now-
touch tunes is really good.
Yeah.
I'm not
Cool.
promoting them, but
No, but I think it's a big money maker.
Oh yeah.
It's got to be. It's got to be.
yeah, especially if you're going to Waffle House, you kind of
Waffle House.
set the mood.
Yeah, Waffle House. is-
Setting the mood at Waffle House.
Yeah.
Why? Because the line cook in the back who's strapped with the 9 isn't setting the mood enough. We know where we are and why we're there. Let's not play games.
Little Johnny Cash or
Put George
waffles.
straight on the jukebox and shut up. Like, come on.
There's a lot of people who restore furniture and stuff, and I love watching that on the reels,
Right.
on YouTube and stuff.
Yeah.
Because I've done a little bit of that. I
Yeah.
used to do it periodically. I remember I bought these 2 little tables from an auction. That was back when I was auctioning, and I think I paid $2 for them, for both of them. And I completely redid them and sold them for $80. Now that was back in the day. You know, that was way back.
Yeah.
And so I really have a lot of respect for these people who have the vision and have the ability and the artistic talent, because I still have some projects out in the garage that I plan on doing, but I just don't have the patience anymore. When I start something, I want it done right now.
Right.
And a lot of these are, week, month-long type of projects.
Right.
And I just do not have that kind of patience anymore.
So one of the side hustles I had before I had kids was mainly to benefit me in a way that didn't involve money. I mean, I got paid really good for it. So I used to work at the outdoor festivals. So like Laser Fest, Dot Fest, Laser Palooza, these giant outdoor festivals that would have these big headliner bands come in, and they would have, 2-3 stages of bands going all day, all night long. And I would work for the companies who would either sell the food and drink tickets or security, or even in the food and drink tents, because first of all, you're right there next to the stage. You get to see everything.
Yeah.
And a lot of times the actual performers would be at your tent because they want food, they want drinks, they want, to go get some beer tickets, things like that, because it's such a small and local festive, thing. I would make a couple $100 a day doing that, get to see the bands that I wanted to see. And, if I was lucky at the end of the night, I'd score some merchandise that they didn't sell.
Yeah. I know a lot of people who volunteer at, like, not just the concerts, but if they can get a job at like the Civic Center and stuff,
right,
to see those bands.
Yeah, see the bands, see the sports teams play.
And you're working, but it's not that big a deal because,
right,
you're seeing everything that's going on.
Right.
There. So I think that's kind of cool. Back to unique side hustles. I was trying to think of.
Don't hurt yourself.
I know. Do you smell wood burning?
I smell the hamster wheel burning. Your poor hamster.
He died.
All you hear is
yeah. So, a lot of things like, being a tutor or, a lot of that stuff to me is like a job, but it can be a side hustle for people if you're smart enough to be a tutor.
Right.
I had to have a tutor, so it wasn't like I could do any of that. But what about voiceovers? Would you ever do any voiceovers?
I don't enjoy my voice, but if people did, yeah, I would absolutely do.
Yeah,
voiceovers.
I would too. I mean, my voice is kind of screechy, like fingernails going down a chalkboard. But
I mean, like I could do like a rip off of like South Park Cartman and be like, "Ma'am, Kitty's being a dildo," something like that. I know you don't watch South Park, but the people out there who do would know who that is.
Oh my!
Like I've sang. So the funny thing is on the way home from like appointments and stuff with the kids in the car, I've sang entire songs in Cartman's voice and just had the kids cracking up.
That's
so
funny.
Yeah.
You had talked about, taking people where they need to go, or even delivering packages is kind of a side hustle too. And I don't mean picking them off somebody else's porch and then delivering them to your own house.
That's a porch pirate.
That's a porch pirate right there. So, but I thought about, just like renting out a room for the night, because I have this part of the house that is rarely used.
Yeah.
And somebody could have the whole part of the house and I wouldn't even know that they're down here. But
true. But I mean, that's kind of scary to me to let somebody you don't even know into your home while you're there.
Yeah, but
that's kind of like, hey, Jeffrey Dahmer, come on in.
Yeah, and especially if you're still living there and you're kind of sharing it with somebody.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So anything else, Bobby, today that you can think of I would like to hear from our listeners on what their side hustles are. I know several people have them, so.
I would say probably the best one that I found was like selling vintage clothing.
I like that.
That's so cool.
So here's
like Poshmark, eBay,
Yeah.
things like that. Stuff you've had since high school, like the starter jackets, things like that. Man, those go for good money if you kept them from high school. They really do.
And also, you can go to like the Goodwill or the Starvation Army.
Flea markets,
things like that, and pick up stuff and then put them on eBay,
Yep.
put them on. And I'm good with that. I mean,
yeah,
who cares?
anything you can do to flip a buck. I mean, like, seriously, do it.
And do it for cash and keep it away from the government because.
Anything?
Hey, you know that I'm for unionizing sex workers. So Literally
Gosh,
anything.
we already did that podcast.
The world's
we
oldest
did.
occupation.
Yeah.
here.
Thank you very
Absolutely.
much.
Protect
Thank you
them people.
very much.
Woohoo.
So if you can do it for cash is king. Always,
Absolutely, yep.
always. If you can do it for cash and keep it away from the government. I hate the government. I've told you that before, time and time again. Hate them, hate them, hate them.
What?
Yeah, hate paying taxes on taxes about the taxes and your taxes.
Right.
So I think that's probably all we have for today because I think
so.
we exhausted that whole side hustle. And so we appreciate you joining us here at the Rabbit Hole Studio. Be sure to follow us. Hey, one thing I do want to tell you is here in the near future, you're going to be seeing some short clips, reels, and YouTube videos of Bobby and I as we are recording and some of the things that we are kind of promoting, probably, or not really promoting.
Like a behind the scenes look.
Kind of a
Yeah.
behind the scenes look. So you're going to see those out there online. And so we'd really appreciate you clicking on them, liking them, and following us. But we love spending time with you each week. Please like us. If you have positive feedback for us, or if there's a topic you'd like us to talk about, drop us a short email at boomerandgenxer@gmail.com. If you have hate mail, put that in your side hustle bag because we're not interested, okay? So I am Jane Burt.
And I'm Bobby Joy.
And you're stuck with us. Peace out.
Later.